IT is Wonderful W. Elf version, inspired by the timeless wisdom of Dr. Joseph Murphy, reminds us that wealth is not something we chase, but something we awaken within. When you align your thoughts with abundance and confidently declare it is wonderful, you begin to transform your inner world and attract limitless prosperity into your life. This simple yet profound affirmation reshapes your subconscious, turning expectation into reality and belief into wealth. Wealth is a subconscious conviction. This truth, drawn from the profound teachings of Dr. Joseph Murphy, reveals that the money and abundance you experience in your outer world are not determined by external circumstances, hard work alone, or lucky breaks, but by the deep-seated beliefs you hold within the hidden depths of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious operates like a vast, fertile garden that accepts whatever seeds of thought you plant through your repeated ideas, feelings, and mental impressions. If you continually impress upon it thoughts of limitation, struggle, and lack, it will dutifully produce experiences that match those convictions, manifesting as financial difficulties, missed opportunities, and a constant sense of never having enough. On the other hand, when you deliberately cultivate a conviction of wealth, prosperity, and infinite supply, your subconscious mind begins to work tirelessly in your favor, attracting resources, ideas, people, and circumstances that bring riches flowing into your life with ease and natural grace. Consider how the subconscious mind functions as the creative powerhouse behind all manifestation. It does not argue, analyze, or question the suggestions you give it. Instead, it accepts them as absolute truth and sets about orchestrating events in the physical world to make them real. Dr. Murphy often emphasized that money is simply a subconscious conviction on the part of the individual. This means that wealthy people are not necessarily smarter, more talented, or harder working than others. They have simply developed an inner feeling, a quiet knowing, that they are deserving of abundance and that supply is always available to them. Their subconscious has been programmed with the idea of wealth, and it responds by opening doors that others cannot even see. You too possess this same infinite power within you. The key lies in shifting your inner conviction from one of scarcity to one of boundless plenty. Think about the times when fear or worry about money has dominated your thinking. Perhaps you have caught yourself saying things like, "I can't afford that. Money is tight," or "I never seem to get ahead." Each of these statements is not just harmless words. They are powerful suggestions being fed directly into your subconscious mind. Because the subconscious accepts all suggestions without resistance, especially when they are charged with emotion, it begins to create the very conditions you fear. Bills pile up, unexpected expenses arise, and opportunities slip away. This is not punishment or bad luck. It is the faithful operation of your own mental law at work. The subconscious mind magnifies whatever you deposit into it, whether positive or negative, just like a bank account that compounds interest on your investments, good or bad. Now imagine reversing this process entirely. What if, instead of feeding your subconscious with thoughts of lack, you began to impress it daily with the firm conviction that wealth is your natural state? You start by recognizing that the infinite intelligence that created the universe also created you, and it has provided an endless supply of all good things. God, or the universal creative force, is the source of all wealth, and this source flows through your subconscious mind when you align your thoughts with abundance. Dr. Murphy taught that you grow into a wealth consciousness by building into your mentality the ideas of wealth and success. This is done not through force or willpower, but through gentle, persistent repetition of positive truths, until they sink deep into the subconscious layers and become your automatic belief system. One of the most effective ways to establish this subconscious conviction of wealth is through the practice of feeling the reality of prosperity now. Your subconscious responds best to feeling and imagination rather than mere words. Close your eyes and vividly picture yourself living in the abundant conditions you desire. See yourself handling large sums of money with joy and confidence. Feel the excitement of financial freedom, the security of knowing that money comes to you easily and frequently. As you dwell in this mental state, Your subconscious accepts the impression as true and begins to externalize it in your daily experience. You may suddenly receive an unexpected payment, a new business idea, or a lucrative opportunity that aligns perfectly with your inner conviction. This is not magic or coincidence. It is the law of mind in action. Dr. Joseph Murphy shared many inspiring examples of people who transformed their financial lives simply by changing their subconscious beliefs. One man, burdened by debt and constant worry, began to affirm quietly each night before sleep that money was flowing to him freely, copiously, and endlessly. He combined this with the practice of giving thanks in advance for the wealth already on its way. Within weeks, new clients appeared. Old debts were cleared in surprising ways, and his income multiplied. The shift happened because he stopped fighting his circumstances on the conscious level and instead reprogrammed the deeper mind that controls all outer manifestations. His subconscious conviction of wealth replaced the old conviction of lack, and the results followed naturally. Another powerful aspect of this truth is understanding that your subconscious mind is one with the infinite riches of the universe. There is no shortage in the creative intelligence of life. The same power that grows vast forests, fills oceans, and lights the stars also governs the flow of money in your life. When you align with this truth, you stop competing for limited resources and instead open yourself to the unlimited supply that is always available. Money becomes a symbol of the divine circulation of good. It flows to you because you have convinced your subconscious that you are a channel for this infinite abundance. You give freely of your talents, services, and ideas, knowing that what you send out returns to you multiplied. Building this subconscious conviction requires consistency and emotional engagement. It is not enough to repeat affirmations mechanically once or twice. You must feel them deeply, as if they are already true. Speak to your subconscious with authority and love, telling it that wealth is yours by divine right. Use statements such as, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. It is my right to be rich, happy, and successful. Money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. Let these words sink in until they become part of your inner being. Over time, doubts will arise less frequently, and a quiet confidence will replace anxiety. You will notice small signs at first, finding money on the street, receiving unexpected gifts, or ideas that lead to income, and these will grow into larger demonstrations as your conviction strengthens. The subconscious mind also works through intuition and inspired action. Once you have planted the seed of wealth conviction, you may receive sudden hunches or ideas that, when followed, bring financial rewards. A person might feel guided to contact an old acquaintance, and that conversation leads to a profitable partnership. Another might be inspired to learn a new skill that opens higher paying opportunities. These are not random events. They are the subconscious mind, now aligned with abundance, directing you toward the paths where wealth naturally flows. Trust these inner promptings, even when they seem illogical to your conscious reasoning, because the deeper mind sees the complete picture and knows the shortest route to your prosperity. It is important to release any negative emotions or old conditioning around money that may still linger in your subconscious. Many people carry hidden beliefs from childhood or past experiences, such as, money is the root of all evil, rich people are greedy, or I must struggle to succeed. These false convictions block the flow. Dr. Murphy advised examining these ideas honestly and replacing them with higher truths. Money is neutral. It is simply a medium of exchange that allows you to express your talents and serve others more fully. When used with wisdom and love, it becomes a force for good in the world. By forgiving past financial mistakes and releasing resentment toward those who seem to have more, you clear the mental channels so that fresh abundance can enter. In the Keep It Is Wonderful approach inspired by Dr. Murphy, you have a simple yet extraordinarily powerful tool to support this wealth conviction. Whenever a thought of doubt, fear, or financial worry tries to enter your mind, you gently interrupt it and affirm a feeling. It is wonderful. This short phrase acts as a reset button for your subconscious. It shifts your emotional state from contraction to expansion, from lack to possibility. Say it with conviction and feel the wonderfulness of wealth flowing to you now. Repeat it throughout the day while driving, working, or resting, and watch how it dissolves old patterns and reinforces your new conviction of prosperity. Over time, it is wonderful. It becomes a habitual response that keeps your mind aligned with abundance, no matter what appears on the surface. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. It continues working even while your conscious mind rests. This is why evening and morning practices are so effective. Before sleep, impress your deeper mind with thoughts of wealth by reviewing the day's blessings and giving thanks for the riches already manifesting. Visualize yourself as prosperous and successful. In the morning, awaken with the same positive conviction, affirming that this day brings new opportunities for financial growth. Because the subconscious is most receptive just before sleep and upon awakening, these moments allow your wealth impressions to take root more deeply without interference from daily distractions. Dr. Murphy often pointed out that the tendency of the subconscious is lifeward, always seeks to express greater good, greater harmony, and greater abundance. When you cooperate with this natural tendency by holding a firm conviction of wealth, you accelerate the process dramatically. You stop swimming against the current of life and begin flowing with it. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable become stepping stones. Obstacles dissolve as new solutions emerge from within. The more you trust this inner power, the more evidence you receive that wealth is indeed your subconscious conviction taking form in the outer world. Imagine living each day with the quiet inner knowing that money is circulating freely in your experience. You no longer chase after opportunities out of desperation. Instead, they come to you because your subconscious is broadcasting a signal of abundance that the universe responds to. Clients, customers, investors, or employers are drawn to your positive energy. Creative ideas for increasing income arise spontaneously. Even in difficult economic times, you remain unaffected because your supply comes from within, from the infinite source that knows no limitation. This is the freedom that comes with a true subconscious conviction of wealth. You become independent of outer conditions while still enjoying all the comforts and pleasures that money can provide. As this conviction deepens, you will notice a beautiful side effect. Generosity flows naturally from you. When you know there is always more than enough, you give freely without fear of depletion. You support worthy causes, help others in need, and invest in your own growth with confidence. This circulation of good multiplies your blessings, because what you give out with a joyful heart returns to you increased. Dr. Murphy taught that you should rejoice in the wealth of others as well, because their success affirms the abundance available to everyone, including you. Envy or comparison only reinforces a belief in limitation. Celebration of others' prosperity strengthens your own conviction that supply is unlimited. The process of establishing wealth as your subconscious conviction is both simple and profound. It requires no special talents or external resources only. Your willingness to direct your thoughts consistently toward the truth of abundance. Start today by monitoring your inner dialogue. Catch every negative thought about money and replace it immediately with a positive affirmation of wealth. Feel the reality of prosperity in your body and emotions. Use the "it is wonderful" technique to maintain a high vibrational state. Trust that your subconscious mind is now working for you, arranging circumstances in perfect order. Every successful person who has achieved lasting wealth has done so by first creating it mentally. They may not have used the exact words of Dr. Joseph Murphy, but they operated on the same principle. They held an unshakable inner conviction that prosperity was theirs. Some visualized it, others affirmed it, and many combined both with inspired action. The results were the same. Money flowed to them in avalanches of abundance because their subconscious accepted wealth as the dominant truth. You have the same capacity right now. The power is within you, waiting only for your recognition and use. Continue nurturing this conviction moment by moment. Let every financial decision, every conversation about money, and every quiet reflection reinforce the idea that you are wonderfully prosperous. Your subconscious mind will respond with increasing demonstrations of good. Opportunities will multiply, income will rise, and a deep sense of security and joy will fill your days. This is the natural outcome when wealth becomes your subconscious conviction. The universe supports you fully once you align your inner world with the truth of infinite supply. Keep impressing this truth deeply, feeling it strongly, and living from it confidently, and watch as your outer world transforms to match the riches already established within. Use the "it is wonderful" technique daily. Replace every negative thought with this powerful affirmation. This simple yet profound practice, drawn straight from the wisdom of Dr. Joseph Murphy, serves as one of the most effective tools for reprogramming your subconscious mind and aligning it with the flow of unlimited wealth and abundance. Whenever a limiting thought, a worry about money, a fear of lack, or any form of doubt attempts to take root in your consciousness, you do not fight it or analyze it. Instead, you gently and immediately interrupt that mental pattern by affirming with deep feeling and conviction the words, "It is wonderful." These three words carry an extraordinary vibrational power because they shift your emotional state from contraction and negativity to one of openness, joy, and positive expectation. The subconscious mind is highly responsive to your dominant feelings and repeated mental impressions. Negative thoughts about finances, such as "I don't have enough," "bills are piling up," "I'll never get ahead," or "success is for others," act like seeds planted in fertile soil. If left unchecked, they grow into tangible experiences of struggle and scarcity, because the subconscious accepts them as instructions and works relentlessly to bring them into physical reality. By applying the "it is wonderful" technique, the moment such a thought arises, you prevent that negative seed from taking hold. You replace it instantly with a statement that elevates your mood, raises your vibration, and impresses upon the deeper mind the truth that everything is unfolding in a wonderful, harmonious, and prosperous way. Dr. Joseph Murphy taught that your thoughts and feelings create your destiny, and this particular phrase acts as a master reset for the mind. It does not deny the appearance of a problem. Rather, it redirects your attention away from the problem and toward the infinite goodness and supply that is always available through the creative intelligence within you. When you say "it is wonderful" with genuine emotion, you are essentially telling your subconscious, "I choose to see the good. I choose to feel the presence of divine abundance right now. I release all fear and accept that a wonderful outcome is already on its way." This practice builds a new habit of thought that gradually conditions your subconscious to default to prosperity instead of lack. Imagine going through an ordinary day and noticing how often negative money thoughts try to intrude. You check your bank balance and feel a pang of anxiety. Immediately, instead of dwelling on the numbers, you pause. Take a gentle breath and declare silently or aloud, "It is wonderful." Feel the words. Let a smile come to your face. Sense a lightness entering your chest. In that moment, you have just neutralized the fear and planted a seed of positive expectation. Later, when a bill arrives unexpectedly, the old reaction might have been worry or resentment, but now you respond with, "It is wonderful," knowing that this is simply an opportunity for the universe to demonstrate its infinite supply in a new and surprising way. Each time you do this, you weaken the old neural pathways of scarcity and strengthen new pathways of abundance. The beauty of this technique lies in its simplicity and immediacy. You do not need long meditations or complicated rituals. You can use it anywhere at work, while driving, during conversations, or in the quiet moments before sleep. The key is consistency and emotional engagement. Do not say the words mechanically like a parrot. Pour life, love, and sincere feeling into them. When you affirm "it is wonderful," feel the wonderfulness of wealth flowing to you freely. Feel the joy of financial freedom. Feel the excitement of opportunities unfolding effortlessly. Your subconscious mind responds most powerfully to feeling, so the more alive and real you make this statement, the deeper the impression becomes. In the teachings inspired by Dr. Murphy, this practice is often combined with the recognition that God, or the infinite intelligence of your subconscious, is the source of all supply. When you say "it is wonderful," you are affirming that the divine order is at work. that every need is being met in divine timing, and that riches are circulating in your life in marvelous ways. One of Murphy's favorite extended affirmations ends with this very phrase, "I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. It is my right to be rich, happy, and successful. Money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. I am forever conscious of my true worth. I give of my talents freely, and I am wonderfully blessed financially. It is wonderful." You can use the short version as an instant interrupter and the longer one during quiet moments to reinforce the conditioning. Consider how this technique transforms daily financial interactions. Suppose you are negotiating a deal or discussing salary. A fleeting thought of "they won't pay me what I'm worth" arises. Instead of letting it linger and create hesitation, you counter it immediately with, "It is wonderful." This keeps your energy high and confident, allowing you to speak and act from a place of inner abundance rather than neediness. The other party often senses this quiet confidence and responds more favorably, or perhaps you lose an investment or face a temporary setback. The automatic reaction for many is despair, but with this practice you affirm, "It is wonderful," trusting that something better is being prepared. Many people who have applied this consistently report that what seemed like a loss turned out to be a redirection toward even greater prosperity. The subconscious never sleeps and continues processing your mental diet even when you are not consciously thinking about money. By using "it is wonderful" throughout the day, you maintain a steady stream of positive impressions that accumulate during both waking and sleeping hours. Before going to bed, review the day, and wherever any negative thought occurred, replace the memory with the affirmation. As you drift into sleep, your subconscious will take these wonderful impressions and work on them through the night, often bringing fresh ideas or solutions by morning. Upon awakening, begin the day by affirming "it is wonderful" several times, setting the tone for prosperity from the first moment. This technique also helps dissolve deep or long-held beliefs of unworthiness or struggle that may have been programmed from childhood or past experiences. Those old convictions do not disappear overnight, but each time you catch and replace a related negative thought, you chip away at their power. Over weeks and months, the cumulative effect is profound. You begin to notice that financial worries arise less frequently and with less intensity. When they do appear, they are quickly dissolved by your new automatic response. A calm assurance takes their place, the knowing that you are aligned with the law of abundance, and that your subconscious is now faithfully working to externalize wealth in your experience. Dr. Murphy emphasized that you grow rich by building the idea of wealth in your mentality. The "it is wonderful" technique is a practical, everyday method for doing exactly that. It keeps your mind focused on the positive end result rather than the current appearance. It trains you to rejoice in the wealth of others as well, because when you hear of someone else's success and feel even a twinge of envy, you can instantly affirm, "It is wonderful." This celebrates their good while simultaneously claiming the same unlimited supply for yourself. There is no competition in the infinite. One person's prosperity affirms the abundance available to all. Apply the technique to specific financial goals. If you desire a certain income level, a new home, or freedom from debt, whenever doubt creeps in about whether it is possible, respond with, "It is wonderful." Then take a moment to feel the joy of already having it. This combination of the affirmation and feeling accelerates the manifestation process because your subconscious accepts the emotionalized thought as reality and begins to attract the people, ideas, and circumstances needed to bring it about. You may find yourself guided to new opportunities, inspired to take certain actions, or introduced to helpful individuals, all because your inner conviction of wonderful abundance is growing stronger. Many who have practiced this report small miracles at first that build into larger ones. Money appears from unexpected sources. Old debts are resolved in surprising ways. Creative ideas for increasing income flow freely. These are not coincidences. They are the natural outcomes of a mind that has been retrained to reject lack and embrace the wonderful truth of infinite supply. The more you use the technique, the more automatic it becomes until it is wonderful. rises effortlessly whenever any shadow of negativity tries to enter your financial thinking. Remember that the subconscious magnifies whatever you deposit into it. By consistently replacing every negative thought with this powerful affirmation, you are depositing seeds of joy, expectation, and prosperity. The harvest that follows will reflect the quality of those seeds. You will begin to move through life with a lighter heart and a deeper sense of security, knowing that no outer condition has the power to disturb your inner conviction of abundance. Challenges may still appear on the surface, but your response to them will be one of quiet confidence, because you have trained your mind to affirm the wonderful reality behind all appearances. Continue this practice faithfully in every area where money or success is concerned. Use it when planning your budget, when making purchases, when setting goals, and when reviewing your progress. Each application strengthens the new mental habit. Over time, the old patterns of worry and limitation fade into the background, replaced by a dominant consciousness of wealth that expresses itself in your daily experience. The "it is wonderful" technique becomes not just a tool, but a way of being a constant reminder that you are connected to the infinite riches within, and that life is supporting you in marvelous, unexpected, and prosperous ways every single day. Keep replacing every negative thought the moment it arises. Feel the wonderful truth deeply, and allow your subconscious to do its perfect work in bringing forth the abundance that is your divine birthright. Money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. I am wonderfully blessed financially. This powerful declaration, rooted in the timeless teachings of Dr. Joseph Murphy, serves as a direct command to your subconscious mind, activating the infinite creative power within you to attract and manifest wealth in every area of your life. When you repeat these words with deep conviction and feeling, you impress upon the deeper layers of your mind the absolute truth that supply is unlimited, that abundance is your natural birthright, and that money circulates in your experience like a mighty river that never runs dry. The subconscious does not question or debate. It simply accepts the suggestion as fact and begins orchestrating people, opportunities, ideas, and events to make the statement a living reality. Dr. Murphy frequently emphasized that money is a symbol of the infinite riches of the subconscious mind. It represents the free flow of divine energy and intelligence expressing itself through you. By affirming that money flows to you freely, you remove all mental blocks, barriers, and resistance that might have previously restricted that flow. Freely means without struggle, without hard labor that drains your spirit, without begging or pleading. It arrives through inspiration, through joyful service, through unexpected channels, and through the natural unfolding of your talents and ideas. When you add copiously, you claim abundance in overflowing measure. Not just enough to get by, but more than enough to live richly, to give generously, and to enjoy the finer things life offers. And endlessly seals the conviction that this flow has no beginning and no end. It is constant, perpetual, and ever-increasing, just like the creative intelligence of the universe itself. This affirmation works because it aligns your conscious mind with the boundless supply already present in your subconscious. Most people unknowingly affirm the opposite through their worries and complaints. Money is scarce. I never have enough, or times are tough. Each of these statements acts as a negative command that the subconscious obeys by creating corresponding experiences. In contrast, when you declare with authority and joy that money flows to you freely, copiously, and endlessly, you reverse the current. You become a magnet for prosperity. Your words carry emotional power, especially when you speak them slowly, feeling the reality of wealth circulating in your life right now. Feel the excitement of receiving large sums. Feel the security and freedom that come with financial plenty. Let gratitude fill your heart as if the money has already arrived in marvelous ways. One of the most effective times to use this affirmation is just before sleep and upon awakening, when the subconscious is most receptive. As you drift off at night, repeat the words softly: money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. I am wonderfully blessed financially. Visualize yourself handling money with ease and delight. See checks arriving, opportunities multiplying, and your bank balance growing. During these quiet moments, The affirmation sinks deep into the subconscious without interference from daily distractions, and the deeper mind goes to work through the night, preparing conditions for its fulfillment. In the morning, awaken with the same declaration, setting the mental tone for the entire day. This consistent practice builds an unshakable inner conviction that attracts wealth in avalanches. Dr. Murphy shared many accounts of individuals who transformed their financial situations by persistently using similar affirmations. One man facing mounting debts and dwindling business began affirming every day that God's wealth was flowing to him freely and endlessly. He combined this with the practice of giving thanks in advance and imagining himself prosperous. Within a short time, new clients appeared as if from nowhere. Old accounts were settled unexpectedly, and his income increased dramatically. The key was that he stopped focusing on the lack and instead fed his subconscious with the living truth of abundant supply. Another story involves a young person who lacked funds for education yet held the vision of success while affirming continuous financial flow. Opportunities arose, scholarships manifested, and support came from surprising sources, proving that when the subconscious accepts the idea of endless supply, it finds creative ways to deliver it. The phrase, "I am wonderfully blessed financially," adds a beautiful layer of acceptance and joy to the affirmation. It moves you from merely hoping for money to knowing and feeling that you are already blessed with it. Wonderfully carries the same uplifting energy as the "it is wonderful" technique, infusing the statement with lightness and positivity. It reminds you that wealth is not a burden or a source of worry, but a wonderful gift that enhances your life and allows you to bless others. When you truly feel wonderfully blessed, fear dissolves and a quiet confidence emerges. You make decisions from abundance rather than scarcity. You invest, spend, and give with wisdom and joy because you know the flow continues endlessly. This affirmation also works through the law of circulation. Money, like all good things, must flow. When you affirm that it flows to you freely and copiously, you simultaneously open yourself to releasing it with joy. You give generously of your time, talents, and resources, knowing that what goes out returns multiplied. Dr. Murphy taught that you should rejoice in the wealth of others, for their success proves the availability of infinite supply for everyone. Envy or resentment blocks your own flow, but celebration opens the channels wider. As you affirm endless flow for yourself, you naturally support the prosperity of those around you, creating a harmonious circle of abundance. In daily practice, integrate this declaration into your routine in practical ways. While commuting, repeat it silently and feel its truth. During work, when facing financial decisions or challenges, pause and affirm that money is flowing to you freely, copiously, and endlessly. You are wonderfully blessed. When paying bills, do so with gratitude, knowing that this circulation invites even greater returns. If a negative thought about money arises, immediately follow it with this powerful statement, reinforced by, "It is wonderful." This keeps your mental atmosphere charged with prosperity consciousness. The subconscious mind responds best when affirmations are charged with faith and emotion rather than repeated mechanically. Take time to quiet your thoughts. Relax your body and then speak the words as a living truth. Picture specific scenes, receiving a large payment, enjoying luxurious experiences funded by your growing wealth, or seeing your financial goals realized. Make the mental movie vivid and real. The more you dwell in the feeling of being wonderfully blessed, the faster the subconscious accepts the impression and externalizes it. Many who have practiced this report that money begins to appear from unexpected directions, refunds, gifts, new income streams, or inspired business ideas that generate substantial returns. This declaration also helps dissolve old conditioning around money. Many carry subconscious beliefs that wealth is limited, that it requires sacrifice, or that it is somehow unspiritual. By repeatedly affirming free, copious, and endless flow, you overwrite those limiting patterns. You come to understand that true wealth is spiritual in nature. It is the creative power of your mind in action. Money is simply one expression of that power. When your subconscious fully embraces the idea, you no longer chase money. It flows toward you because you have become a conscious channel for infinite supply. Combine this keynote with the previous practices for multiplied effect. Use the "it is wonderful" technique whenever doubt appears, then reinforce it with the full affirmation, "Money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. I am wonderfully blessed financially." Feel the wonderful reality deeply. Give thanks in advance for the riches already manifesting. This creates a powerful mental and emotional atmosphere that the subconscious cannot resist. Over time, your outer world begins to mirror this inner conviction. Income increases, opportunities multiply, debts dissolve, and the sense of effortless prosperity becomes your normal experience. Dr. Murphy often pointed out that the infinite intelligence within your subconscious knows no lack. It is the same power that sustains the stars, grows the crops, and fills the oceans. When you align with it through affirmations like this one, you tap into that limitless reservoir. You stop depending on external conditions, economy, job market, or past performance, and begin drawing from the inner source that never fails. Challenges may still arise on the surface, but your response shifts. Instead of panic, you affirm the flow, remain calm, and watch as solutions and resources appear in divine timing. Practice this affirmation with complete trust. Speak it during moments of quiet reflection. Write it in a journal or record it and listen to it repeatedly. The more it becomes part of your inner dialogue, the more dominant it grows in your subconscious. Negative thoughts lose their power as this positive conviction takes root and expands. You will notice subtle shifts at first, small windfalls, helpful coincidences, improved financial intuition, followed by larger demonstrations as the momentum builds. This is the law of mind at work. As within, so without. The words freely, copiously, and endlessly are carefully chosen to impress the subconscious with magnitude and continuity. Freely releases any sense of obligation or hardship. Copiously claims overflow and plenty. Endlessly establishes permanence and growth. When you add, "I am wonderfully blessed financially," you personalize it and anchor the feeling of gratitude and joy. Together they form a complete emotionally charged command that your deeper mind delights in fulfilling. Many have used this exact combination or similar ones from Dr. Murphy's teachings and witnessed profound changes in their financial lives, from clearing heavy debts to building substantial wealth while enjoying peace of mind. Continue nourishing this affirmation daily. Let it echo in your thoughts throughout the day and night. Feel its truth in every cell of your being. Allow the subconscious to respond in its own perfect way, bringing forth ideas, actions, and circumstances that make money flow to you freely, copiously, and endlessly. You are wonderfully blessed financially because you have claimed this truth and impressed it deeply upon the creative power within. The universe responds to your conviction, and abundance becomes the natural expression of your aligned mind. Keep affirming with joy and expectation, and observe how the flow accelerates, bringing increasing riches and blessings into every aspect of your experience.